Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how I put together these fire flower sugar cookie from the video game Super Mario Brothers. Alright, so let's get started. Here are the things that you're going to need. I got the fire flower cookie cutter from Etsy, and we'll be using red, lemon yellow, leaf green, and black food coloring, and we'll be needing some white as well. Okay, so we're going to start off with the yellow ring first. And once we give this some time to crust a little bit, then we can go ahead with the white in the center and the red on the outside. And they don't need to be dried separately, like you normally would do one color and then let one dry and then do the other one. Since they're going to be separated by this yellow ring, they can both dry at the same time. So I'm going to be doing this yellow first, and this is just to give it kind of like a little bubble shape, even though this kind of sets flat after a while for some reason. But I kind of like it like that, instead of having to do the white, then do the yellow, and then do the red. I kind of like to separate them this way. I just like how it looks. Alright guys, so I will let that dry, and I have here some that I already did ahead of time. So I'm going to move on quickly so I don't make this video too long and I don't have to edit so much. Alright, now so I'm going to do the white really quick here. And then I'm going to move on with my red. And I'm going to set that aside so both of those can set. Okay, moving on with the red. You see, I just finished doing that white, and since we have that dried yellow in between, I can go ahead and do my next color right away, because they are not touching each other, especially since this is such a intense red. You don't want to get this too close to any other color, especially like a light color like yellow or white, or it'll start like bleeding in. Alright, so that is done. Now I'm going to give this a little time, and then we're going to continue on with the stem. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of the leaves, one part of one leaf and one part of the other. That way I can move on a little faster. I explained on one of my other videos, I think it was my piranha plant cookie, that if you're doing one of these cookies, you can go ahead and after you've done your top, instead of having to wait for this red or whatever other color to dry up here to get the stem going, you can go ahead and start off with half of each leaf, because I am trying to separate both sides, the top and the bottom, so they can, when they dry, they can have a little split in between. If you've seen my other videos, you see what you know what I'm talking about. So you'll see how that got split. It'll give it that little nice split in the center of that leaf. Gives it a little bit more of a realistic look. So I'm going to do this first, opposed to doing the stem first, and then I'll give that a little time to dry, and then I can go ahead and do my stem or do the rest of my leaf and then let that dry and then do my stem. So there's a few ways of doing that bottom part there. So let's move on. Okay, so I let these two pieces dry here, so I'm going to go ahead And I'm going to do the other half of each leaf, and then I'm going to leave the stem last. So as you can see, there's many ways of going about it, and I am deciding to do the leaf here instead of doing the trunk or the stem first. Kind of work a little bit faster here. Getting these two parts done first, and then I'll have just the stem and the eyes left, and then that'll be all for that. So I'm going to finish these, and I will be done with that. Alright, so as you see here, I did that stem first, and then so I'll do what I did here, and that is just to do one leaf, one side of one leaf first, and one side of another leaf next. But I'm going to move on here so we can get these done. That way it don't take too long, so you get the point. Pretty much what I'm going to be doing. But either way you do it, as long as you get it done, that's all that matters. But there's just so many ways to get this bottom part done. Do the stem first, then the leaves, or do the leaves first and then the stem. Either way, you just got to get this done. And now the only thing left here are the eyes. So we're going to do that right now. Okay, so we're going to do the eyes with a tip number 1 in the black. And tip number 1 in the white. Just a little tip at the top part there, just to give it a little glare. Just like that. And we're going to let that set like this. And then I'll just finish up the rest and we'll be done. Alright guys, we are done. And they came out pretty nice, didn't they? Well, I'm happy with the way they turned out. This is the first time I make these because I just got that cookie cutter just recently. But I have made this particular flower in another version, and they were pretty big. And maybe later on I will show you what I did with that. I may not show it to you too soon because I have some other stuff that I want to show you maybe further down the line. But they were a little bit different, but they were still this fire flower plant. So anyways guys, I will let you go now. I appreciate your time, and thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoy the video, and stay tuned for more. I have a few videos that I am going to be loading up with Mario themed, so stay tuned for that. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good one guys.